The 5 best credit cards to fund your travels for the long term. WestJet's best redemption rate covers more than we first thought. And Rewards Canada's new hotel bonus points offers map. All this and more on Rewards Canada's This Week in Rewards for June 27th, 2025. If you're looking to make the most of your loyalty programs and credit card rewards, you've come to the right place. This is your weekly dose of loyalty rewards, travel, and credit card happenings in Canada from Canada's original points and miles resource, Rewards Canada. A quick reminder that you'll find links to all the topics we cover in today's video in the description below. I'm your host Patrick, and as we're covering 2 weeks of news, features, offers, and more, this video may be a little bit of a longer episode, so sit back and relax and we'll kick things off with credit cards. So the world of credit cards has actually been kind of quiet for the past 2 weeks. There hasn't been that much going on. So it's actually let me focus on some of the additional features and things I want to get published to the site rather than just covering new offers and new news and all that. And one of the big ones is our next Everyday Value series. And those are the 5 best credit cards that you can use to continually fund your travels. So what this feature looks at is credit cards that are best to hold for the long term. Now, there's a lot of cards that you should hold for the long term, whether it's for benefits, insurance coverage, but these are the ones that will earn you the points faster for your travel in the future once you use up your welcome bonus points. And that's the thing. It's like, there's so much hype and talk around welcome bonus offers around credit cards, 60,000 points this, 100,000 points that. But then, there's not that much coverage outside of what we do on Rewards Canada on which cards are the best for the long term. Like what happens once those welcome bonus offers dry up and you need to use your card for everyday spending for the long term. And that is what this feature does. It looks at the best credit cards that will fund your travels. And that's the keyword fund. So you're wanting to earn the most points possible and also get the most value from those points from the cards. And these are the 5 best ones that do it. It should come as no surprise that 3 of those 5 are the points earning machines. And that's what I mean. We're always covering the full spectrum on Rewards Canada. We don't just focus on those welcome bonuses. There's so many different things that we're talking about where we do not take the welcome bonus into consideration. And that's the same thing here. So what are the 5 best cards? Well, the number 1 card should come as no surprise to points and miles enthusiasts and the Rewards Canada community. And that is the American Express Cobalt card. This is the main reason why it is the best overall credit card in Canada, and it is the best to continually fund your travels for the long term. And the reason why is that it earns 1 to 5 membership rewards points per dollar spent, and that means you're getting a 1 to 30% or even higher return on your spending. Like, it's just unmatched by other cards in Canada with that up to 30% or more. And with this card, you don't need a lot of points to redeem. You only need 1,000 points to start redeeming. That's $10 worth off any travel. The card, of course, does have an annual fee. A monthly fee. It's $12.99 per month. That works out to $155.88 per year, although that's changing for those in Quebec because it can't be a monthly fee, so it's going back to an annual fee of just $150. I think we previously reported on that, maybe not in the videos, but definitely reported on that on the website a few months ago. And then the Cobalt card, the reason why it's the best in Canada, has the great earn rates, has the great redemption rates, and it's the most flexible in terms of the type of rewards you can get. You can use it for any travel, anytime redemptions. So that's your 1 to 5% return because you're redeeming 1,000 points for $10 and you're earning 1 to 5 points per dollar. So that works out to up to a 5% return on any travel. And that's the same for cash back. You can use it towards any purchase on the card and get that same redemption rate. Then you have Amex's fixed points for travel, which is their reward chart that has the set amount of points you use for flights within regions or from one region to another. That provides up to 2 cents per point in value. So that means you're getting up to a 10% return in that regard with the 5 times points. And of course, you can convert it to Aeroplan points, British Airways Avios, Marriott Bonvoy points, Air France KLM Flying Blue miles, American Advantage miles. That's indirect through Marriott, but it's still one of the best cards for American Advantage miles. You can convert to Cathay Asia miles as well, Hilton Honors points, Delta Sky miles, Etihad Guest miles. There are just so many options with this card, and that is where you get the outsized value. You can redeem, for higher end hotels, business class flights, you name it. And that's where you can get, if you get 6 cents per point in value for a business class flight, and that can happen, and it does happen, that is your 30% return on the 5 times points category on this card. And so because you're always earning that 5 times points, up to $2,500 per spend in a month on your eats and drinks, so groceries, dining, bars, bakeries, coffee shops, you name it, you're earning those 5 times points there on $2,500 per month. So you can rack up $12,500 per month or 150,000 points per year in that regard. So that's $1,500 of value just minimum towards travel with that 5 times points. And then you have your 3 times points earning, 2 times points earning, 1 times points earning. And those are all the reasons why the American Express Cobalt card is the #1 long-term holding card for Canadians, because it can fund your travels handsomely on a long-term basis. We actually say you don't actually get this card for the welcome bonus. That's just icing on the cake. You get it for the earn rates and flexible redemptions. The second best card to continually fund your travels is the Scotiabank Gold American Express card. So this is another points earning machine. This one earns 1 to 6 Scene Plus points per dollar spent, which provides a 1% to 6% return towards your travel. Minimum redemptions, only 100 points, which gets you $1 off your travel. The annual fee on this card is $120 per year, and it's best used for any travel at any time redemptions. So when you have this card, you are redeeming your points. Any travel you can purchase on the card. You can go to Air Canada, you can go to WestJet, all those type of things, and redeem your points against the charge. You use that whole 100 points to $1 redemption, and it's just as simple as that. And I should note that the Cobalt card and this card, you have up to 12 months after you purchase travel to redeem points for the charge. So you don't even have to have any points in your account. You can book some travel on it, go do your travel, and then keep spending on the cards and use that to fund that previous travel if you want. So not only funding future travels, you can use some of these cards to fund your past travels as well. So just so much flexibility in these cards compared to the ones where you need to have the points at the time of booking. Now, if you're somebody who does not need all the airline and hotel options that the Cobalt card has, or you think you'll never use that fixed points for travel redemption option with the American Express Cobalt card, this is actually the better card to get in terms of any travel, anytime redemptions, because you are pushing up to that 6% return versus the Cobalt card's 5% return. Not only that, this card has no FX fees, and this card allows you to earn the up to 5 times points outside of Canada, which the Cobalt card used to do, but that was cut in October 2024. So the Cobalt card's earn rates, the big earn rates, are only in Canada. Outside of Canada, the Cobalt card is earning 2 times points in select categories, but you're not earning the 5 times out there like you would on the Scotia. So if you're simply redeeming any travel, anytime, don't need any of those other options the Cobalt card has, this is the card to get to continually fund your travels. And the third best card is the third and last points earning machine, and that is the MBNA Rewards World Elite Mastercard. So this card earns 1 to 5 MBNA rewards points per dollar spent, but it also has a 10% birthday bonus, so you're actually earning up to 5.5 MBNA rewards points. Now that works out to a 0.83% to 5.5% return when you redeem for any travel. Minimum redemption amount here, again, 100 points for $1. But that we have to note is for booking travel via MBNA Rewards. That's where you get the best value from this card, is booking directly through MBNA Rewards. So there's a little less flexibility than the Scotia card or the American Express Cobalt card, because with this card, the best value you book through their travel agency. Not all options are there, not all fare classes, so there's a little less flexibility there. Now you do have the option to go out and book any travel you want on the card, but then the redemption goes to their statement credit option, and that's where you get that lower 0.83% as a minimum redemption amount, rather than the 1% you would get for booking direct with MBNA Rewards travel. So this is 0.83%, but then that gets pushed up to 4.17% on the 5 times points earning. So that's a huge value there. That's better than most cards in Canada at 4.17. Then of course, if you have the 10% birthday bonus, that actually pushes it to 4.57% as a return. Again, an excellent card in that regard. We rank it as the second best cashback card in Canada, and you're using that cashback redemption for any travel at any time. So just another excellent card to fund your travels for the long term. The fourth best card to fund your travels for the long term is the National Bank World Elite Mastercard. So this card earns 1 to 5 a la carte rewards points per dollar spent, and that turns into a 0.83 to 5% return on your spending when you redeem it for travel. Minimum redemption amount is 10,000 points. The card has an annual fee of $150 and is best used for any travel at any time redemptions. So this card, there's a few things we should note about it. Is the best redemption is like the MBNA card, you have to go through the credit card's travel agency, which in this case is a la carte rewards. You're going to get the basically 10,000 points for $100 value. So that's going to give you 1 to 5% return on your spending, which is really good. But it has to be noted that their travel agency, you can only use the points for flights or vacation packages. You can't use them towards hotels, you can't use them to car rentals. So a little less flexibility here than even the MBNA card, and then a lot less flexible than the American Express Cobalt card or the Scotiabank Gold American Express card, but still quite a bit of options in that regard. Now they do have an any travel at any time redemption option as well, but the value gets bumped down a little bit, and that's where you get that 0.83% for the 1 point per dollar earning, whereas you get 1%, right, if you book direct through a la carte travel, and that bumps up to 4.54% on the 5 times points earning when you're redeeming a more amount of points. It's a little bit confusing with them because, you know, for the first up to 55,000 points, you have to redeem 12,000 points for a $100 credit. But then after 55,000 points, you redeem 11,000 points for a $100 credit. So you want to, in that regard, if you can, push your any travel, anytime redemptions to over 55,000 points so that you're getting more value for your points. But we do have to note the 5 times points earning is one of the tightest in terms of the cards. And by tightest, I mean, it's that word I used in the past, convoluted, in that it's limited to $2,500 in spending per month, but that's not like the Cobalt card's $2,500 spending per month. This $2,500 is on the entire credit card. So if, you know, at the start of the month, if you go spend $750 on a non 5 times points category, that takes away from earning 5 times points, because that'll drop your $2,500 per month that you could earn 5 times points on to $1,750. So all purchases outside of the 5 times points deduct from any 5 times points. So the ideal strategy with this card is to try to get the first $2,500 of spending strictly on the 5 times points that it earns on groceries and dining. Now that might be tough, but again, you also look at your budgets. Maybe you're not going to be spending $2,500 in those categories anyways. Just note that there is that kind of cap on the National Bank World Elite Mastercard. And then the 5th best card to continually fund your travels is one that does not get talked much about on Rewards Canada or many other points and miles resources, and that's the Desjardins Odyssey Visa Infinite Privilege card. Probably the main reason it doesn't get talked about, it almost never has a welcome bonus. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen it with a welcome bonus. But for long-term spending and long-term travels, this is a great card because it earns 1 to 4% in bonus dollars on all purchases. That works out to a 1 to 4% return when you redeem that for travel. And it's any travel, anytime redemptions. You can go book travel with whomever you want. It could be flights, hotels, car rentals, cruises, you name it. Redeem your points, get the charge, and you're getting that 1 to 4% return. Simple as that. Minimum redemption amount on this card is $20. Annual fees $295 if you're a Desjardins member, $395 if you're not. That's one of the lower annual fees for an ultra premium card. Most ultra premium cards in Canada, you're looking at $399 up to $799 for the American Express Platinum card. So there you have it. Those are the 5 best cards to continually fund your travels after you've used up and dried up any welcome bonus offers on other credit cards. And speaking of welcome bonuses, that's our next topic here in the credit card section, and that is some new increased welcome bonuses on the BMO Air Miles Business Mastercards. So several videos ago, we brought you the new increased offers on the consumer versions of the BMO Air Miles cards. And now they have new elevated offers on the business cards. So the BMO Air Miles World Elite Business Mastercard is offering up to 8,000 bonus air miles. The bonus is broken down as 3,000 miles when you spend $5,000 on the card within the first 110 days. Another 2,000 bonus miles when you spend $18,000 within the first 180 days. 3,000 bonus miles when you spend $35,000 in the first 365 days after you open your account. So just like the consumer offers, some big spend requirements, just like the offers we see from American Express, you do have to spend a lot more these days for a lot of these credit card welcome bonus offers. But I should actually let you know, we do have that other everyday value series where we look at the cards that can get you traveling sooner with their welcome bonuses, where you don't have to, stretch out your spend over 12 months to get a good value. Like by good value, I mean $300 more towards travel. So check out that video. I'll link to that video right here where you can get more value out of welcome bonuses sooner than later, because a lot of these cards now do require the longer term spend. And then you have the no-fee BMO Air Miles Business Mastercard, and that one is offering 2,000 bonus air miles, and that one's easy. $3,000 to spend in the first 3 months, and you get it. So that's a nice, easy bonus to earn. So if you want something quick and easy, go for the no-fee Business Mastercard. But if you need the benefits and extras of the World Elite version, the higher earn rates of the World Elite version, go for that one. Definitely try to go for the 5,000 spend in the first 110 days to get that 3,000 miles. $18,000 in the first 180 days. That's, what is that, like $3,000 a month? That's not, that's not far out of reach for a lot of businesses. But you also, like I've said in other videos with all these ones where you have to spend more, is you have to consider what you can be earning on other credit cards with that spend. So be sure to take that into account. And next in credit cards, we have an offer that many American Express card holders eagerly anticipate, and that is the return of Shop Small. So American Express, for the past, I believe it's about 8 or 9 years, has offered this Shop Small program, which encourages American Express card holders to go use their cards at smaller merchants. So these aren't your big box merchants. They're not your McDonald's, they're not your Walmarts, things like that. These are your mom and pop shops and even some franchises that may be nationwide. They're not considered the big guys, right? So this year's Shop Small launched actually last week. So I'm hoping that by the time this video is up, like I said, we didn't have a video last week. So I'm hoping you can still register for this offer because there is a limit to the number of people who can register for it. So if you're watching this video, go log into your American Express account and see if you can still register your cards for this. Depends on which cards you have. Some cards have received the offer, some haven't. I'll discuss that here shortly. So this year's version of Shop Small offers $5 each time you spend $25 or more at one of the participating Shop Small merchants, and you can earn this bonus up to 5 times. You can get up to $25 back for that shopping. It runs until July 27th, 2025. And like I said, you'll want to check all the cards that you have in your American Express online account to see which ones get targeted for it. And you also want to keep an eye out for an email from American Express because it may be on other cards. Because this is what happened to me and to some other Rewards Canada users. So when I logged into my Amex account, I saw the offer was there for my Cobalt card, so I registered it, but it wasn't on any of my other cards. But then several days later, I received an email from American Express for my Platinum card saying to register for the offer. Click the link, and so I registered my Platinum card for it, so I have it on 2 cards. And the same thing happened to Jeff, who's been a long-time Rewards Canada community member and contributor. He said he got it on his Bonvoy card first, and then he got an email saying he got it on his Cobalt card. So he has it on 2 cards as well. So those are the ways to check for it. Like I said, try to register for it right away. Hopefully when this video goes live that there is still room to register your cards for it. If it doesn't show up on any of your cards and you don't get an email, then chances are the registration cap has been hit and it's no longer available. And quickly to close out credit cards, keep your eye out next week. There's going to be an excellent elevated bonus offer on one of Canada's best credit cards. I can't say which one, but it is going to be revealed next week, so we'll have it in next week's video as well. But if you want to find out sooner, be sure to check out the Rewards Canada website and socials on July 2nd. Before we continue on to loyalty rewards and travel news, if you like today's video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel if you don't do so yet, hit that notification bell so you're notified when we post new videos, share the video with friends, family, co-workers, you name it, just anybody who you think can benefit from the topics we cover, and leave us a comment below, whether it's a question, a clarification, a correction, or just to say hi. We'll do our best to respond to all comments. And so that brings us into loyalty program news and travel news. So we're going to kick it off this week with WestJet. We have learned that you can actually get WestJet's best redemption amount of 100 points to $1 on more than just base airfares. Now, I came across this when I was actually redeeming points for a flight, and I was like looking at the values of redeeming points for the extras, which were seat selection and baggage fees. I was booking a flight for a family member, so my first check bag free off my World Elite Mastercard would not cover it, and because she's only a supplementary card holder, she would not get the first check bag free, so we paid for it at time of booking, and I thought I was going to be redeeming for that value of less points, like 105 or 110 points to $1, like was originally announced when the new program launched. But that is not the case. So I reached out to WestJet to find out what the deal was here. And yes, you can actually get the better redemption value when you redeem for those extras like seat selection, baggage fees, etc. when you are first booking your flight. Now, it wasn't really revealed when the program launched because there was just so much information, and WestJet didn't want people to have information overload. And I understand, because writing those articles about the new WestJet program, it was a lot. There was so much information with the new program. So, certain things may not have been discussed because it was just too much. But it is good to know that you can actually get this better value when redeeming. So other than the base airfares, we all thought it was base airfares was 100 to 1 and everything else was 105 or 110 points to 1, which actually we now know is 105 to to 115 to 1. You can actually get the 100 to 1 ratio on other ATC. You know, that's that dreaded charge that costs a lot of money when you're flying like to London or to anywhere in the UK or Europe where the base airfare is lower and the other ATC is a bumped up charge. So you can get the same redemption rate for that. And then also the extras like seat selection and baggage fees. You can get the 100 to 1 except for government taxes and fees. So the government taxes and fees, this is where you're going to redeem 105 all the way up to 115 points to $1. Now you may be asking, well, we thought it was 105 to 110, and that was based on an example of Calgary to London. So we had assumed there would be some fluctuation to that redemption amount. We just didn't know what it was. But the good news is WestJet actually publishes the amount. So you know it's going to be between 105 to 115 points to $1. In my booking, if I chose to use points to pay for 100% of taxes and fees, it was like a 105 to 1 ratio. But if I use the 50% option, so you pay 50% cash for taxes and 50% points for the taxes and fees, is 111 to 1. So it falls into that 105 to 115. It's great to know they publish that amount because you know what to expect. You know, when you go to Air Canada Aeroplan and choose their option that includes covering all taxes and fees, there isn't a published amount. So you don't have a range of points that you know that you're redeeming for those extras. So overall, this is great news from WestJet. You're actually getting the best redemption value. Now I should put an asterisk beside best redemption value because you can actually get a little bit better value when you redeem for member exclusive fares. But I'm just kind of generalizing here that whole 100 to 1 that you can get that really good 100 to 1 ratio on almost your entire airfare and extras when you book direct with WestJet, and it's during the first booking. Now you can go afterwards. So say you've booked a flight and you haven't redeemed any points for the flight. You can go afterwards. If you're gonna add extras like seat selection, baggage, things like that, you can redeem your points after the fact as well when you go into your account and select those options, but that's gonna be at that lower redemption rate of 105 to 115 points to $1, depending on your route and depending if you do 50%, 100%, all those type of things. So, you know, it's just good to know that you have that option afterwards as well, but you will get a little bit less value for your points. All right, next up in loyalty rewards, you can now earn PC Optimum points on DoorDash orders. So this is some news from the previous week where we did not have a video. It's a new partnership between PC Optimum and DoorDash. So you can link your accounts. You go through your DoorDash app or DoorDash website, because I had to go through a website. I tried the app and I couldn't get it to link, but maybe it works now. It's been 2 weeks, so hopefully they got that bug fixed. But you link your DoorDash account to your PC Optimum account. And once you do, you're gonna earn 5 PC Optimum points per dollar spent on eligible DoorDash orders. So what are eligible DoorDash orders? Those are deliveries from restaurants or deliveries of groceries from Loblaw banners. So if you go and buy groceries from a competing store via DoorDash, you're not going to get those points. It is strictly restaurant delivery orders and grocery delivery orders from the Loblaw stores, so like Loblaws, Real Canadian Superstore, etc. And you won't earn points, say, on pickup orders. It is strictly on the delivery. Now they do have some bonuses to celebrate the launch of this. If you're a new customer to DoorDash, if you link your PC Optimum account to your DoorDash account, you can earn up to 25,000 bonus points. Basically, it's 15,000 on your first order of $20 or more, and then 5,000 on the next two of $20 or more. Now, if you're an existing DoorDash customer, you could earn 5,000 points on your first $20 or more order, and all members who link will earn double points on all orders for the first 3 months. That's 10 points for every dollar in the first 3 months. I should note those couple limited time first order bonuses of $20 or more, those end on July 16th, so there's only a couple weeks left to get in on those bonuses. Now you can tie this in with additional offers that are out there for DoorDash. Like for example, Avion Select is offering 5% cash back on DoorDash orders when you use an eligible linked credit card. So you can link like your American Express Cobalt card in your Avion Select account. So you'll earn your 5 points per dollar on your Cobalt card for the DoorDash order. You'll earn the 5% cash back up to $5. That's that's the max on Avion Select, so $100 order. And you can earn that twice until July 31st. And then there's also the PayMe cashback app is offering 3% cash back on DoorDash orders of $100 or more. And again, you can link cards like your American Express Cobalt card to use for those DoorDash orders. Now we'll go into some travel news. So this one will be quick, but it's exciting to see that Porter Airlines has announced their first flights outside of Canada and US. Starting this winter, they're launching routes to Mexico, the Caribbean, and Costa Rica. These flights will launch in November and December. They will fly out of Toronto, Ottawa, and Hamilton to Cancun, Mexico, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, Nassau, the Bahamas, Grand Cayman in the Cayman Islands, and Liberia in Costa Rica. So exciting news for Porter Airlines travelers, Porter Airlines VI Porter members. Like if you have the VI Porter Mastercards and have your elite status and want to get away to the sun destinations, the redemption rates are quite decent from what I've first quickly saw from VI Porter. So, good way to use up those VI Porter points from the welcome bonuses on those credit cards, or just from VI Porter points you've been earning for flying with Porter Airlines or spending on those credit cards. And the last thing in loyalty and travel news is another feature on Rewards Canada. Like I said, we've had time to work on more things since there's been less credit card news and in general, kind of just lesser loyalty program news over the past couple weeks. And that is our new worldwide hotel bonus points offers map. This is one more tool that we offer to you so you can earn more miles, more points, and more rewards. So what this map does is it takes our hotel listings that we've been publishing on the website for almost 24 years now, that we put into that searchable table form as of 2024, and now it is in map form as of 2025. So now you can visualize easily which cities or where, if you're traveling into Paris and you want to see what hotels you can earn bonus points at, you can just go onto the map, go into Paris and see which hotels there have bonus points offers. In a nutshell, this is one more tool from the leader in loyalty program promotion coverage to help you in your quest to earn more miles, more points, more rewards. And I can't stress enough, I've said this in my posts and on social media, that a big shout out to my younger daughter for developing and compiling this map. She's the one who adds all the new offers every day, that there are new offers that we're adding to the site. She adds them to the map. So thank you for doing that. Big shout out to her. And since we're talking bonuses, why don't we get into this week's bonus blast? So the bonus blast is where we highlight some of the bonus points and miles offers we've posted to the Rewards Canada website over the past week. Well, in this case, the past 2 weeks. Some of the more notable offers, we go through them quickly. We don't go into that much detail. You can hit the links in the description below if you want to learn more about these offers and register for them, because a lot of them do require registration. So the first one comes to us from TD Rewards. They're offering 3 times points for booking hotels via Expedia for TD. So this is only for people who have a TD Rewards credit card, like the TD First Class Travel Visa Infinite card. So they are celebrating Canada Day with this offer, and up until July 2nd, any hotels that you book for stays in Canada that are completed by December 31st, 2025, you will earn 3 times TD Rewards points. So that means on a card like the TD First Class Travel, which earns 8 points per dollar on Expedia for TD travel bookings, you're going to earn 24 points per dollar. That's a 12% return when you redeem those points for travel via Expedia for TD, or a 9.6% return on your spending if you redeem those points for any other travel via their Any Travel Anytime option. Now, it should be noted you can go even higher. If you have the TD Business Travel Visa, that's 27 points per dollar, because it earns 9 points per dollar as its base earn rate with Expedia for TD. So that equates to a 13.5% return on those Expedia for TD redemptions, or a 10.8% return on your spending for any travel at any time. And now we have another credit card bonus to talk about on earning, and that is the MBNA Rewards World Elite Mastercard is offering its annual 5 times points on wholesale club purchases. So this is like shopping at Costco. So hopefully you're targeted for this, because I believe it's a targeted offer. I don't believe it goes out to all MBNA Rewards World Elite card holders, but you can correct me below. If it is open to everybody, that's great. That's even better. But check your inbox for an email from MBNA, or look at your statement to see if you've been targeted for this. You'll earn 5 times points on all your Costco and other wholesale club purchases until August 31st, 2025, up to a maximum of $3,000 in purchases. So what is that? That's an extra 15,000 points instead of earning 3,000 points on those purchases. So this is a really good offer. I know a lot of MBNA Rewards World Elite Mastercard holders look forward to this one, because it is a big, nice boost in points. And thank you to Ryan of the Rewards Canada community for giving us the heads up on that offer. All right, now we'll jump into a hotel bonus, and this is from our partner Coast Hotels Coast Rewards. They are offering 50% more miles when you redeem points for hotel stays at Coast Hotels. So instead of getting 0.4 cents per point, normally the redemption rate is 250 points for every $10 off your hotel bill, you will get 0.6 cents per point, or $15 off for every 250 points you redeem towards your Coast Hotel stays. This offer is available until July 31st, 2025. And now if you're watching this video right away, hopefully you are, This weekend only, so June 28th and June 29th, Air Miles Elite collectors have their big bonus back where you can earn 15 times miles if you're a Gold Elite and 20 times miles if you're an Onyx Elite member. So this is available like when you shop in store, where there's someplace like Shell or PharmaSave. It's available through airmilesshops.ca, and it's also available on card-linked offers. And it can also be stacked with other offers. So like if you have your monthly 25 bonus miles for using a card-linked offer, it can be stacked with that if you haven't earned that yet for this month. And there's a maximum of 500 bonus miles that can be earned per collector with that 15 or 20 times miles. So it's a pretty decent bonus. But like I said, if you're watching this video after June 29th, disregard, because this offer is over. And the last bonus we're going to look at is the next kind of big gamified airline offer. JetBlue, TrueBlue are celebrating their 25th anniversary with a big bonus points offer of up to 350,000 bonus TrueBlue points and 25 years of Mosaic Elite status. So what this offer is the more you fly with JetBlue, the more you can earn. So you have to fly to 15 destinations that JetBlue flies to, and you're going to earn 150,000 TrueBlue points. Fly to 20 destinations, so only 5 more, you'll get 200,000 TrueBlue points for 350,000 total. Add in another 5 destinations, so 25 total, and they're going to give you Mosaic Elite status for 25 years. Now, it's not the highest Mosaic Elite status, but it is an elite status that may get you some benefits on United once their partnership comes up. So another big offer, kind of like the Scandinavian Airlines Euro bonus offer from last fall. It's better than the Etihad and Ethiopian offers we discussed a few videos ago. A lot of these big gamified offers. As I'm videoing this, I had just started writing about Turkish Airlines' big new offer for 1 million miles and smiles miles. I will cover that in next week's video, but it should be up on the Rewards Canada blog and Frequent Flyer Bonuses blog, hopefully today, which is Friday, June 27th. So anyways, the JetBlue offer, kind of tough for Canadians since JetBlue only flies to Vancouver and they canceled their Halifax route before it even launched. Of course, because of the sentiment of flying to the US and lower traffic to the US, they canceled that route before it even started. It was supposed to start around now, I believe. So your only option is Vancouver in terms of a Canadian destination. But of course, if you live close to a border city, Buffalo, Detroit, or if you're like in Fredericton, New Brunswick, you can go to Presque Isle. You can jump on more JetBlue flights. But again, in general, I think this is kind of a tougher bonus offer for Canadians. You may want to focus more on the Turkish Airlines offer. That's going to be a decent one. Like I said, I'm going to cover that next week for you. Remember, before you book any travel, flights, hotels, car rentals, be sure to check our bonus offers listing and our new bonus offers map for hotels before you book anything, because every day people are leaving bonus points and miles on the table. You are leaving money on the table by doing so. So be sure to check it out at rewardscanada.ca/bonuses.html. And that's all she wrote for this week. Be sure to check out rewardscanada.ca and our social media on a daily basis. And I am now updating Instagram almost on a daily basis. So that's one more area you can find all these extra offers, because we do not cover everything in this video. There's a lot of flash offers this week for Shell. Like today, June 27th, was a big day for earning at Shell. I called it a stack and rack attack. It's a new bad phrase that I'm probably just going to use on these offers, where you can stack offers to rack up the miles. It's basically it's just a lot of options to earn a lot of miles, and that was the case today at Shell. So be sure to check out our website and socials on a daily basis so you don't miss out on those offers, because even some of those offers don't make it into our newsletter. But you should be subscribing to our newsletter, because that is a roundup of everything from the week that is still valid. It's sent out every Friday, and then Saturdays is our bonus bulletin. That is your complete roundup of all the bonus points and miles offers we've added to the Rewards Canada website for that week. It can be 20 offers, it can be 30, 60 offers, you name it, there's tons. It is your ticket to more miles, more points, and more rewards. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Have yourselves a great weekend. Celebrate Canada Day as much as you can, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.